Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Peter Reichling. I hold the chair of Banking and Finance at the Otto-von-Guericke University at the Faculty of Management and Economics. And I would like to introduce today my lecture program in the master program. So in the master program, you can be in the German program or the management program. You can be in the German or the international program, in the management program and the economics program. So the lectures are all the same, and I would like to introduce the three main lectures. We also offer seminars, but today I would like to concentrate on the lectures. So the first lecture in the first semester of the master program is a lecture about option pricing. Actually, you may think that options are quite complicated contracts. Why do we do that in the first semester? It is because in theory we can start, so to say, at zero. So we start very simple with some basic characterizations of options and then turn to models. I come to that in a second again. The second lecture is about corporate finance. So this lecture is in the core of my lecture program. Actually, we are talking about company valuation there, about cost of capital and other things. The third lecture will be risk controlling. Here we would like to discuss how do we measure risk. You may know volatility, but there are other concepts, for example, value at risk. So I would like to come to some basic issues that we want to discuss in the lectures. So first of all, with options we start very simple and keep it simple. We just start with price bounds. Then after that we turn to valuation models. And here with valuation models we turn to the famous binomial model and the very famous Black-Scholes model. You may have heard about this. Finally, we talk about Greeks and exotic options. Greeks is, you do not have to learn Greek words, but the Greek letters mean that we do compute some derivations. So actually for option pricing there are no special requirements. You can start with a basic knowledge about decision theory and a basic knowledge about capital market theory. Things are a bit different in corporate finance. In corporate finance we talk first of all about cost of equity. And with cost of equity you know that we have a model to compute the cost of equity, and this is the famous capital asset pricing model, well known under the abbreviation CAPM. After that we turn to cost of debt. So cost of debt, this is the interest rate of course, but today you know due to the crisis that we had that there's also credit risk, and credit risk means that the debt investors also bear a kind of risk, and that means they also need a risk premium. To compute this risk premium, so the cost of debt, we need option models to apply and to compute the risk-adjusted cost of debt. And after that we turn to company valuation. Company valuation is important in the field of mergers and acquisitions. It's a hot topic in auditing and so on. Finally, the third lecture in risk controlling is first of all about downside risk. So from your bachelor program you may know that downside risk is that risk is typically measured by volatility. Here we have a focus on the left hand side, so on losses of a distribution function. After that we turn to value at risk. Value at risk is such important because in the banking industry risk is measured by value at risk. So we are able to compute the risk of bonds, of options, of equity. Finally, we talk about risk management. Risk management is somewhat different from risk controlling, or a part of risk controlling, because risk management refers to the management of the risk in producing companies, whereas risk controlling is more related to the measure of risk in the financial industry. So to again give a cover or give an overview, we have 3 lectures. In the first lecture, first semester of the master program, we start with option pricing, so you need no special requirements. Decision theory is important. With corporate finance, it's different. You need a lecture kind of securities analysis. We need some econometrics here, so you should be familiar with linear regression and stuff like that. And then we turn to risk controlling. Maybe in the 3rd semester, you also join us for a seminar in applied finance, and then you are ready to write a master thesis in the 4th semester with us. Thanks a lot. I will be happy to meet you in my lectures.